Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe Two and Love. Here is another AEW Dynamite review for you guys. Apologize for the delay. Things have been happening, been busy the last couple days, but nonetheless, I'm here to give you your review for AEW Dynamite for September 28th, 2022. A good show. Now we are past Grand Slam and appears we're in the transition period from Grand Slam to AEW's debut in Toronto or Canada, whichever is better. Canada in 2 weeks on October 12th, but was a good show. Really a number one topic regarding Dynamite was the Ring of Jericho. Chris Jericho, who defended his Ring of Honor World title against Bandido, said that he's going to make it into the Ring of Jericho. Excuse me. And mold it into his image for Ring of Honor. Now, I'm sure that many were conflicted and confused when Claudio lost the title at Grand Slam to Jericho. But Jericho's the bigger draw. Jericho is the bigger name. So, if Ring of Honor is going to have a TV deal soon for Time Warner or whichever TV network, it seems like it'll be sooner rather than later. If I'm assuming. And I mean, well, like I said, make a draw, and they might have asked Jericho to be the champion weighing into a TV deal for Ring of Honor. But plus, the story is there with Daniel Garcia and Bryan Danielson. So, not only that, there's a story surrounded by the Ring of Honor title. So, it works. It works. But nonetheless, before I get into the review, I'll touch upon more. But if you like these videos or want to see more, click the subscription there in the corner. Find more videos on the homepage, but alas, thank you. There's also sports overview topics, but alas, thank you, and let's get started. My girlfriend texted me just now. Love you, baby. Oh. I love you, Mariah. I love you. One sec, sorry. Alright, now let me pull up my notes. Okay, sweet. So, The Dynamite started off with Jericho Appreciation Society. They were all in the ring. They had a celebration for Jericho. So they're all out there, all wearing velvet, all in this. There was like this table of pizzas. There was balloon stuff. There was Luigi Primo, who made another appearance on AEW TV. Anyways, so they asked what kind of pizza did Luigi get them, or Matt Menard did in Philadelphia. Luigi says they got him, or he got him pizza from New York. Obviously, booze right now. You know, New York pizza is great, very good. So, can't really complain. Anyway, so shenanigans erupted. You know, Anna Jay to the mic. I seriously do not get her as a heel anymore. I just don't. So Jericho said they won't get pizza. They will just get the most watched Ring of Honor champion ever. Says that in 1 week they have seen him or looked for him as the Ring of Honor champion than any other champion of the organization. Says that no one that knows Ring of Honor, although despite all the matches they've had for Ring of Honor the last number of weeks, so Jericho said he was going to mold into the Ring of Jericho. And he's going to start with tonight against Bandido, who didn't get the rematch he deserved after losing to Jonathan Gresham. So, he introduced Garcia as Ring of Honor Pure Champion and gave him a gift. Gave him a bucket hat, a purple velvet bucket hat. So, Garcia was livid. He said this is not what he wanted, not what he envisioned for himself. This sports entertainer stuff. Garcia seemed like he was about to tell Jericho off, but Jericho covered the mic. Oh, before this, Garcia decked Luigi Primo, which was a nice spot. So, Garcia was about to tell off Jericho, but Jericho covered the mic and said, I want you to really pay attention to what you're about to say. And that's, are you a sports entertainer or are you a wrestler? So out came Bryan Danielson. I mean, who's more of a pro wrestler than Bryan Danielson? Bryan came out, addressed the JS, said that Garcia, he respects him, whether he stays with Jericho, wants to join the Blackpool Combat Club, which got some cheers, whether he wants to train with them, with us, etc., etc. He went back and forth. Jericho told Bryan to shut up and then said that Garcia listens to him, says that he's his. Garcia responded saying he doesn't have to take crap or listen to Jericho. He went over ways for how he could be entertaining, since they're supposed to entertain. Finally, he offered he teams with Bryan Danielson to face Sammy Guevara and Jericho next week in the homecoming for AEW Dynamite, which is next week. An interesting match. So, one to look forward to. So, we'll see how it goes. But, so, Matt Menard was pissed. He and Parker were pissed, saying they brought him in to AEW and they're slapping them in the face. All for Bryan Danielson. And he said, I gotta punch you right now. And Bryan was like, how convenient. Right before he came out here, I was allowed to have a match with anyone who was willing to fight me. And there Matt Menard is ready to fight him. So they had an impromptu match. So good stuff there. But final opening segment besides Anna Jay and Luigi Primo. But yeah, was a pretty good segment. So of course that led into first match of the evening. Matt Menard versus Bryan Danielson. This was alright. I believe this was Menard's first match on Dynamite since Blood and Guts. Apparently he tore his labrum at Blood and Guts. He had that tag team match for Rampage against Grand Slam against Bronson and Hook. But this match, Menard is good, very good. Same with Bryan, although in different terms. So, Parker caused a bunch of distractions, led to openings for Menard. Out came Claudio Castagnoli. Knocked around Parker, hoisted him on his shoulder, and literally stormed out and took him away from ringside. So, just like that, it's purely a one-on-one. Finish came when Bryan hit the psycho knee, followed with a label lock. Menard tapped, and Bryan got the victory over Matt Menard. So, good stuff there. Wheeler, Utah. Look, this was better than the previous week at Grand Slam. Better from Utah than when he got in a promo battle with MJF. But where's Mike's skills? No offense to him, but he sucks. So Utah stormed to ring, called out MJF, said there are consequences for his actions to him and Tony Schiavone. MJF showed out, called Tony Schiavone a coward and a fat old prick. Talked about Philadelphia, saying that Philly will never get, or Phillies will never win a World Series again. Told you that, it was a poor idea to go one-on-one with Daddy on the mic last week. MJF and Willa Yuta is, as far as the mic goes, it's night and day. Night and day. So the end came, and Yuta said he doesn't care about his money, doesn't care about this or that. He just cares about fighting him. Otherwise, if he doesn't, he's going to leave him in a pool of blood on Broad Street. So, Yuta was about to attack MJF, but the Gun Club strolled out. MJF agreed to fight Yuta, but not from Philly. It'll be in DC on the homecoming of AEW Dynamite next week or Wednesday in DC. So, should be a good match. Then MJF went to the Skybox to watch Jon Moxley face a terrible wrestler. And the Gun Club said his catchphrase for him. Jon Moxley for Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson. Pretty good. We have not seen Juice in... Last time I heard of Juice, he was the G1 Climax. Juice feels like he's been so much organic as a heel as this fashion. Against Moxley, it was good. Nothing too special. So, Juice attacked Moxley during his entrance. Mox went out, busted open. Juice set Moxley on a chair, but landed on the outside. Mox fired back with a suicida. Hit a cutter for a near fall. Juice out of the corner, hit a powerbomb for a near fall. Went for the Pulp Fiction, but I only got a 2. Moxley then went on a rampage at the end. He had big knee, countering the burning hammer or airplane spin by Juice. Hit stomps to the face, then walked in a armbar on Juice. Juice tapped out. And just like that, Moxley wins the championship eliminator match against Juice Robinson. Good effort by Juice. Afterwards, Hangman and Page, who won the Battle Royal. One sec. So, Hangman, who won the Golden Ticket Battle Royal, he came out to confront Moxley. Apparently, they'll face on Tuesday Night Dynamite in a couple weeks. So, they locked eye. MJF, who had some words in the skybox, was ambushed by Will Yuta, and the brawl ensued, bleeding into the top of the crowd area. This was better than their promo earlier. I think that if it was just this and not the promo earlier, it would have been much better. But either way, good segment. Leading into next week. So, anyways, good segment. So, Saraya was out next. Saraya. She went out there, addressed the women's division. So, she introduced some of the women from the division. And I mean, could have been better. I say that because we know there's much more women in the division, but only 4 came out. I'm not sure if travel issues or Hurricane Ian, which, by the way, thoughts and prayers to everyone in Florida. Hopefully, everyone's okay with it, or power through it. So, Paige or Saraya interests. One's from the division. And Madison Rain, Sky Blue, Toni Storm, and Athena, they all were out there. But again, like, should have been more. So she praised Toni Storm, saying that Toni Storm is finally being used to her full potential, which I mean, understandable that she was not treated good in WWE, and you know, but she was doing very well, obviously, before Saraya got there. Said that she's the best champion AEW Women's Division has had. I mean, Thunder Rosa is still the actual champion for the women. Toni is the interim. Look, unless it's a prelude for Thunder Rosa to turn heel, this is not good. I did not like that because Toni, as good as she is, Thunder Rosa has definitely gotten the short end of the stick as being champion ever since winning it from Britt Baker. Did not really enjoy that. So out came Britt Baker, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter. Penelope 4. So they came out. Britt had a bandage on her nose. So she had another broken nose. So Britt Baker, said, well, first off, when Sarai came out there, she said she's damaged but not broken. Britt had a line in here that said, well, I have put this company on my back, my blood, sweat, and tears. I've even put my neck on the line, which, unlike yours, is able to handle it. So, Saraya's status really seems up in the air right now as far as being able to compete. So, not too sure. So, Britt went to Toni saying she respected her when she first got here, but she's not been who she is, not been realizing herself. So, she said that she has a tough challenge for tonight. Jamie Hayter got some big chance in Philly. Britt said it's not Jamie Hayter, it's Serena Deeb, and if Storm gets one mistake, it's gonna be and new. So Serena Deeb came out there and Saraya said that it's gonna be a lumberjack match. So lumberjack matches are give or take, but this obviously bled into another match. Toni Storm for Serena Deeb. Decent match here. Toni won with a Storm Zero off the middle rope. Pin Serena Deeb 1, 2, 3. And Toni got the win. Pretty simple. But Saraya, her status, I'm not sure. We got Ricky Starks versus Eli Isom. Pretty simple. Spear, Rochambeau by Starks for the win. Way to get Starks a victory on TV after that great unsanctioned match or lights out match versus Hobbs on Friday. Chris Jericho versus Bandido, the main event. Very good match. Very good match, must say. So, Bandido, he got cut open in his mask. I'm not sure how, but it was a cool visual seeing him bleed through his mask. So, Bandido, he hit a tope, then frog splash for a near fall. Jericho countered with a code breaker in midair for 2. Bandido, is great. He had Hurricane, which sent Jericho from the apron to the outside. Jericho was on the middle rope, and Bandido hit a springboard sunset flip for a near fall. Then a Jericho and a line saw for two. Looked like Bandido leaned in a bit for it. Bandido hit a moonsault slam off the top for two. The 21 plex, which is always fun to see, but only for a near fall. In the end, Jericho locked in the Lion Tamer, and Bandido tapped. Good match. Afterwards, Chris Jericho called Bobby Cruz to the ring, had him raise Jericho's hand. Jericho said he's going to desecrate the name and legacy of Ring of Honor, make it into the Ring of Jericho. He's going to take everyone out from former champions to commentators to referees, legends, even ring announcers. Kick Cruz in the gut, gave him a juice vic, and there we went off the air. So, overall, a good episode, good edition of AEW Dynamite. Yeah. Again, I apologize for the delay, but here to give you your review one way or another. So, nonetheless, thank you for those who joined me or see this video. Want to see more? Click that like button in the corner, leave a thumbs up. But thank you all. Be safe. I'm Rachel to love. See you hopefully again Thursday, Friday for another review. But last, thank you. Adios. Peace.